Hello, Healy friends and family. Today we have this particular question here. Which rate amp program in Healy can we use to improve on a person's control over anxiety? Okay, anxiety, two types. One is acute and the other one is chronic. Acute means that which program do we use when the person is having or going through anxiety? And then the second one, that means in the long term, meaning that how do we help this person who constantly get anxiety or panic attack? Okay, so the first part I'm going to address first, acute. That means while the person is having panic attack or anxiety, which are the programs that we can use. Okay, so let's go to the RATE app right now. Okay, so these are the RATE app programs. So I will go for local stimulation. Okay, local stimulation programs 7 and 8. I do not know what is the trigger for the anxiety, so I'm just managing the anxiety to bring the person calm. To make the person calm immediately would be program 8. Program 8, V111, the last one here, this is for anxiety. So this is a 20-minute program. You can use either the ear electrode or the gel electrodes. So ear electrodes, you clip it onto the ear, moisten the felt, and then do not use more than 30%. Okay, 20%, 25% is fine. Even if they don't feel any tingling sensation, do not use more than 30% because you might have a headache after that. So gel electrodes, you put it behind the ear, all right, behind the ear. Then just start and run the programs for 20 minutes. Don't use continuously. Drink water. So after one program, wait and then at least half an hour, 1 hour to see how it goes. All right. So this is a good program to actually use in the midst of anxiety. And local stimulation, this program here, these are actually programs in the medical device, which means that these are programs that is for medical function. Now the next one that I will use, okay, that you may want to consider is learning. Now anxiety can be due to whatever trigger for stress, so I will use stress acute or even exam acute. For example, if the anxiety is actually triggered by, let's say, having to go through a test, having to go through an interview, having to meet your boss, okay, you have an important presentation to make and all that, these are like exam, meaning that the stress is actually external, you know. And then if the stress is internal, that means the activity or the job, right, requires more skill than what the person have. So all the time is so urgent that the person feels stressed and becomes anxious. So these are the two that you can use. All right, this is 30 minutes for exam acute. It's also the same. Use the ear electrode or the ear electrode. And then, yeah, so both the same. Stress and exam both are 30 minutes. So these are the two that can be used. And then the other one would be under job. Under extreme tension here. Okay, do you see here extreme tension? So that can be used. Extreme tension is about 60 minutes. Yeah, so feels this is when they feel very tense. Yeah, so that can be used in the midst of the anxiety. Next, we go to mental balance. There is a mental balance acute here. Mental balance acute. So 20 minutes, use the same method. So when they are in the midst, using the microcurrent method is the fastest way to bring the person into a calm state. So this is for acute, to manage immediately when the panic attack or when the anxiety is present. Okay, so now I'm going into chronic. Chronic anxiety means that this person have history or tendency of anxiety. And these are the programs you use when the person is calm. Okay, when they don't have attack. So this is to prevent the next attack or to change the biology or the physiology of the body, not to go into a panic or anxious mode too easily. All right, so we are training the body to actually calm down. Okay, now before I bring you to the programs, I want you to take a look first what caused the anxiety. Okay, so one is the brain. All right, the brain have many parts. One is the cortex, which is the outer part of the brain, and then the other part, which is the inner part of the brain, called amygdala. Amygdala controls fear or process fear or threat. So this happens when a person feels anxious is because there is a fear. Fear I cannot complete the project. Fear that I will fail. Fear that my boss will not think highly of me. Okay, fear that I'm going to lose the job. Fear that I'm not going to close the deal. All right, so the amygdala is the part that process how we actually perceive the fear, the threat to our lives, to our job. Now, the other one is hippocampus. Hippocampus is fear memory. So when you are given a certain project or exam, so in the past, the person had been triggered by fear of failing exam. So now what happened is, oh no, it's another exam. So you remember some of the fear memory in the past, and therefore now you're going into the state of fear. Okay, so let's look at the brain. So this one here will show you the big green thing. That's the thalamus. Amygdala is below it. Hippocampus is like the structure forming a ring around the thalamus. So this whole part here, all right, I want you to see and remember this part here is in charge of our fear response. Okay, fear response. Okay, so now other than this, so that is the brain. Okay, so this has to do with the brain. Yeah, then the next thing is here, neurotransmitters. So neurotransmitters are hormones, chemicals, signals that are produced by neurons, our nerve. So one of it is GABA. Okay, low levels of GABA will actually cause anxiety. Okay, I will talk about GABA later. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter, basically nerve chemicals that actually regulate your mood, your emotional stability. Okay, so if you don't have enough of it, not enough serotonin, the person will have anxiety. Others will be norepinephrine. This is actually also from your nerve as well. All right, now the others would be under this one. Okay, cortisol. So cortisol is a type of hormone that controls your stress and your ability to cope with stress. And then below here would be the nervous system, the autonomic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system is to increase our responses to stress. And then after stress, what happens is we are supposed to relax and then calm down. Okay, so that will be the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, when the parasympathetic nervous system that is supposed to cause us to relax refuse to work, it's not working too much, it's not working, means that it is weak. Okay, it's not balanced, it's weak, means that your whole system don't know how to relax. So once it triggers the sympathetic nervous system, means that you go into the alert phase to respond to stress. After that, you don't know how to relax. So that's where the anxiety comes. Okay, so the person continue in a state of active, 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 active. So the anxiety don't know how to stop. So the anxiety persists. Yeah. Now, GABA. Okay, GABA is made from what? Because later on, I'm going to talk about nutrition as well. In order to make this kind of chemicals, okay, so we saw just now GABA, serotonin, epinephrine, cortisol, and all that. So GABA, in order to make GABA, you need vitamin 6. Okay, I want you to remember vitamin 6, you need magnesium, you need zinc, glutamine, taurine, probiotics. Yeah, some of these things. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you to the programs, why I would recommend to use certain programs, okay? You have many choices because this one is under chronic, meaning that you use the programs in order to maintain your calm state, correct not? So just to maintain your calm state. So I'm giving you a whole range that you can just use anytime, just mix and match all the different programs together. Now, the first one, you can use Go Cycle Relax. So this is to activate the nervous system that actually let the person relax after being too alert. So that's why I use relax. Okay, so that will be Go Cycle. And then for learning, okay, this is actually for brain. Yeah, just now I talked about the outer brain and the inner brain, correct not? Yeah, so here it does not differentiate the outer and the inner brain. It doesn't matter. So you will just use the learning system and the concentration system. Okay, can also use the memory. So the name doesn't quite matter, but these are programs that will actually stimulate your brain, because brain is where your amygdala, hippocampus is located to help us to process the fear. So we do not know which of this frequency actually help which part. Okay, we will just use everything for the brain. And then, okay, under job, you use balanced nerve. You can use balanced nerve, okay? This is actually because of the neurotransmitters. Just now we saw that GABA, all these are actually neurotransmitters, right? So we balance the nerve. We also balance the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So to keep them in balance, okay, you can use balanced nerve. Now, if the anxiety is draining away all your energy and all that, you can use the exhaustion program or the tension program. Okay. Yeah. Then over here, harmony here, you can use hormone, because like cortisol, that is under hormone, epinephrine, norepinephrine, all this is under your hormonal balance. So you can use hormonal here. You can use nerve harmony over here. Yeah, because that's the reason why we talked about nerve earlier. So you have to use the nerve to balance it. And you can use the head harmony. That means the whole entire head here to do your balancing. Okay. I'm giving you all because I do not know which edition of the Healy device that you have. So you use whatever programs that is in your Healy edition. Okay, use heart, because heart always go through a lot of stress when the person is undergoing anxiety. Then there is hormonal balance here. This is for your those hormones that I mentioned, the stress hormones, to balance it up. There is nerve meridian here. So we have to actually balance the nerve, where it actually gives us the neurotransmitters, the right ones for us to bring down the feelings of fear and anxiety. Now, chakra that controls the head region would be your crown chakra and the third eye. The third eye chakra here is very important because that is the location of the hippocampus, the amygdala that we mentioned just now. Okay, so that is the region of the third eye. Heart chakra here is actually for the heart, okay, to bring down the stress on our heart. Yeah, okay. Then you can use this also, bioenergetic defense, mental. This is mental defense or basically general protection. Yeah, you can use mental or subtle. This is to protect your space, especially if your anxiety is caused by people outside. Okay, what other people say to you. For example, you are triggered by what somebody said. Somebody scold you, somebody had an argument with you, or somebody just say something that triggered the anxiety. So mental subtle here is actually to protect you from other people, the words of other people. Yeah. All right, then comes to vitalization here, nerve harmony. Yeah, so you can use the nerve over here. You can use the cell harmony over here. Yeah. Okay, under deep cycle, you can use pure calm. Pure calm is actually for your nerve. Okay, pure calm is actually for your nerve. So this will actually help to manage your nervous system, okay, to balance it. Okay, so mind spirit here. So mind spirit, mind is actually to protect your mind against having circling thoughts. That means thoughts that play again and again and again and again inside your head. Okay, spirit here is general, not to go into depression. So you do not want the anxiety to worsen into a depressive state. Then you can use mind and spirit. Okay, now nutrition is very important, which I showed you just now. The nutrition that is needed is actually what? Is actually the vitamin 6, glutamine, serotonin, and all that. Yeah, so you can use brain harmony nutrition. Okay, you can use nerve harmony nutrition over here. You can also protect your heart with head harmony. Okay, then I will want to bring you to digital nutrition 6, the last one here. Okay, joy of life, relief, recreation, rest. Okay, I repeat, relief, joy of life, recreation, and rest. Okay, yeah, these few, all right, if you refer to the book that I printed, that I wrote, inside this book here, if you look at this particular programs here, you will find that they have vitamin. Okay, it has the vitamin B6, it has the zinc, it has the magnesium, it has the glutamine, and then it has serotonin. Yeah, serotonin is the happy hormone. Okay, so these are the ones that have the nutrition that will allow the nerves to actually produce the neurotransmitters like GABA, like serotonin, and all that the body needs. Okay, so that's why it is important, because sometimes it could be anxiety like this could be triggered by a lack of nutrition. Okay, then friendly flora, okay, is also to help to prevent the anxiety from escalating into a state of depression. You can also do rebalance. All right, so there's a protocol for rebalancing if the anxiety is triggered by a crisis. Okay, if there's a crisis in life, okay, either is your own financial crisis, okay, or emotional crisis, etc. I have no idea, but you can follow the protocol, okay, and do the 3 weeks or the 9 weeks protocol for rebalancing after crisis. Okay, if the anxiety is caused by separation, I would recommend to do the whole entire 36 days of the soul cycle. Okay, yeah, so serenity here, all right, acceptance, serenity, all this will help the person to actually calm down. So depending on what is the nature of the trigger for anxiety, then you use the relevant protocol for that. All right. Okay. Yeah, then of course meditation. If you want to do meditation, it can be spiritual energy. Run the spiritual energy while doing breath work, just in a meditative state. Just breathe, okay, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and then just do breathing and run the spiritual energy for 30 minutes to just do the relaxation. Okay, if not, you can also use the chakra programs. Each chakra program is about half an hour. So while running the program, the person can just sit down, okay, and then breathe, slow breathing, because slow breathing will calm down your entire system. Okay, so slow breathing, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Okay, just breathe while you run the programs. Okay, so next I want to go to the blue app, because there is the programs for watch. Okay, under here, resonance analysis, at the bottom here, there is this watch DN and watch program here. I'll just do analysis to show you that there is something here, just to see whether the person has tension and all that. Okay, so over here, you can actually see whether the person has a lot of tension, stress. Okay, so it comes up, if it comes up a lot of harmony, that means the person is over stimulated. All right, it's a state of anxiety. So therefore you will see like this type, a lot of harmony to actually calm the person down. Yeah, so under, if the heart is palpitating, okay, during the anxiety and all that, it will be good to actually use the watch and the watch DN program to help the heart to relax and recover. Okay, so I would recommend do the watch, okay, do the vibration, 38 seconds 7 times, followed by 27 minutes 1 time. So you can do it once a week for maintenance. Then the other one is actually the watch DN. Okay, watch DN over here. All right, now next one would be, okay, under non-chronic state, is to do all this. The Alaskan gem, bush flower, bug flowers, courage is important if the anxiety is caused by feeling overwhelmed. Okay, overwhelmed by the work, the project, the responsibility. So courage is very good to allow the person to actually face the situation boldly and to charge ahead. Now, creative homeopathy is good for repetitive triggers. Okay, if the same trigger all the time, the same event, same trigger always trigger the anxiety, then that means that has a repetitive pattern. Creative homeopathy is very good for that. Okay, then the rest like plant power, personal growth, and all that can be used to actually harmonize the person. Okay, so all these are all basically plant, many of them are actually plant frequency, so you can use them. And also for the person, based on the report that appears, and then the person may actually know what is exactly is causing the anxiety. Okay, so this will allow them to get to know themselves better. Okay, okay, so I will do the second part for MAGHEALY, because I do not want this video to be too long, and the question is asking for Healy programs. So these are the Healy programs that I would use. Now I can also use the aura, I can also use the coach. All right, so coach, you can just type now, that means while they are having the or after the anxiety, okay, towards the tail end when you have finished all those essential acute programs, you can do a now to analyze what is going on in the person's life. Okay, so whether any of this area is causing the person anxiety, then you can use the coach. Okay, yeah, if it's not this area, then yeah, you do not important for you to actually use the coach. Yeah, so aura basically is good to either do it daily or do it once a week or a few times a week on a regular basis. So aura is basically good for anyone and for all kinds of situation. Yeah, because when a person feel the anxiety, okay, it could be the root chakra where they feel very, very insecure, okay, yeah, and all the other areas. So it's for the person to actually know which area of their life is causing the anxiety if they have no idea why they keep having the trigger. Or if you're a caregiver and then your son or daughter is having the anxiety, saying you do not know what is causing it, you can use all these different analysis here. Okay, the best time to do it is towards the end of the anxiety. Okay, because while they are in the midst of the anxiety, you want to manage it first. Unless you have two different Healy, one can be used the red app to manage the anxiety, and the other one you can actually do all the scans here in order to read through, okay, their whole entire profile to get an idea of what they are going through. All right, then after that it can be followed by communicating, talking to them. Then at least you know what to address, which issues to address. And then the other one is actually counseling. Okay, going for counseling or seeing a psychiatrist. Okay, yeah, I missed out on the essential oils because this one doesn't come with every device. So if you have the essential oils, you can actually use it, because essential oils is also plant. All right, plant energy. So this one here, the plant power here requires purchase, but if you don't have, you can still use the others. So plant energy is very, very good to actually help the person to become more balanced and harmonized. Okay, so I hope this is useful as a guide for you how to use the Healy programs to address and manage acute anxiety. That means it's during an attack, or to at the tail end, at the end of the anxiety, to prevent the next outbreak, and then to manage so that that person can remain as calm and stable for as long as possible. All right, so if you like this, please put a thumbs up and share it. Okay, feel free to share this with people who need to know more about this issue here. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.